I want to start a series. I'm not sure how long it'll last when the notes get done, I suppose. Probably about somewhere between 3 and 4 weeks. About how to walk in the favour and the blessing of God. I want to look at what that really is, not what we've necessarily been told about from Western church or what we've inherited or what the latest, Christian newspaper is telling us, but really, what is it to walk in the favour and the blessing of God? Who has ever experienced blessing on their life? Who has ever experienced favour on your life? Isn't it awesome? I want to walk in that stage. I want to walk in that position. I want to be under the blessing and the favour of God. The children of Israel walked under the covering of God wherever they went to enter into the promised land. And I want to talk about walking in the blessing and the favour of God. James 1:17. Every good gift and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. No variation or shadow due to change. And sometimes we feel in our Christian walk like there is a shadow or there is a change. It's like we're walking along and everything's doing really well for it, but then all of a sudden there's this variation. And we think, well, what's going on? God is the same yesterday, today, and forever, but all of a sudden I find myself where I'm under no covering and there's no blessing anymore. There's nothing happening anymore. It's just like that, When you ride, I love riding my bike, particularly in summer. You go in the hot parts and then you come under the shadow parts, down a shadowy lane, and everything's cool. Then you come out of it and everything's stinking hot again. So everything's cool and everything's hot. It's just great, but sometimes life's like that. You come into blessing, out of blessing, into blessing, out of blessing. How can we stay in the middle of that blessing and the favour that God's got for us? I want to start with, just as we always do, as we often do, negative aspects of some of these things, because I need to redefine and help us redefine what our understanding of blessing and favour is. What we've come by osmosis to accept it and what blessing and favour is. Have you ever eaten frog's legs? No, it's not. I'm sorry about that. I'm not talking you in the backyard, Dennis, with the cousins from Arkansas. All right, I'm talking like, with Cliff. I know, Cliff's family. Y'all give me possum and frog's legs. And, but we need to get some more folk from Arkansas, so I just don't pick on you, Cliff. How you cook a frog is you put a frog in tepid water or warm water, and then you slowly, incrementally turn up the heat. And eventually the frog goes to sleep and dies and cooks. And the frog never notices, doesn't experience pain, because all of it, it's just dead. The church is like that. For years we've had teaching and things come in over the decades and over the years that we've gotten so far away from what the original intent and meaning is, little bit by little bit by little bit. If I say prosperity, you hear money, whereas that's not what the Bible word is. I say blessing, you hear money, but that's not what the Bible word is. I say favour, you hear money, but that's not what the Bible word is. So when I say walking in the blessing and the favour of God, you've all turned up because you want to know how to make more money. Now we'll get to that. We'll deal with that, but that's not what the word talks about. Now Webster's dictionary defines luck, and there is a difference between luck and blessing, and I want to address that first. It defines luck as the force that brings good fortune or adversity. So luck can bring one or two of the others. The ancient Greeks and Romans used to worship luck in the form of the goddess Fortuna, who became fortune as time went on. Her name became another name for luck. Luck is a pagan, non-Christian concept that views good and bad fortune, good and bad success as a tangible thing and a force in your life. Things like rabbit's feet. Not that lucky for the rabbit, but apparently for everybody else. Four-leaf clovers are good luck, good charms. Zodiacs. What is your sign? We all read and see those things, and we've allowed it to come into our society and even into our faith as they're those things. We treat tithing the same way. You will hear people talk about it on Christian entertainment television, that somehow by sending your one-time love seed gift into these particular people, they have this power to change the fortune of your life, to change the luck in your life. But that's not a Bible concept. In fact, it's witchcraft, but we won't get into that sort of thing. A blessing is very different from the concept of luck. A blessing is something that is disposed upon you or placed upon you or given to you, as opposed to something that you stumble across. Genesis 33. Please take my blessing that is brought to you, because God has dealt graciously with me. Jacob is talking about this. And because I have enough, so he urged him. Out of his abundance, he took his blessing and bestowed it upon his brother. God, who is the Father of all good things, the riches, cattle on 1,000 hills, streets of gold, all abundance. God says, I want to take from the abundance that I have, and I want to give it to you. I want to place it on you. You can't earn a blessing. A blessing is something that is bestowed upon you. God's care for us and the world is called divine providence and is according to his sovereignty. His concern for us is grounded in love, personal and real. So the source of all blessing for the Christian is God himself. Those who do not know God are trapped in a world that is full of fears and evil forces, and they try to manipulate with magic and superstition. Now, Christians can look on life and not be afraid, for Christ has destroyed the power of evil. If we trust him and follow in his ways, there's nothing of any real consequence that can ever harm you. Do you understand that? There's nothing of it. Cancer can't harm you. It can't harm you. Financial bankruptcy can't harm you. The change in the markets can't harm you. You know, even Hillary Clinton can't harm you. 08 elections, they cannot harm you. Do not lose too much sleep over that. Just vote according to how God would lead you and what the Word says, and stuff will work out. But what if they get in? Whoever they are. Listen, they can't harm you. Why? Because for a Christian, our paradigm is totally different. We are aliens. We are people sojourning, passing through. We've become so enamored with this life as being the focus. Jesus said, do not fear he who can just attack and touch your flesh, but fear he who will have eternal consequences on your soul. The problem is, we've become enamored with this. Well, my friend died of cancer, therefore God does not exist. Well, hang on. So they're either healed this side of glory or healed that side of glory. They're healed. What's the big deal? But I'm financially broke. Okay, well then you know, why should that dissuade you from what God's got for your life? Are you telling me that the tangible means more than the eternal? We've got our perspective all wrong in what are the fundamentally important things in a Christian life. Luck is something that happens to you. Blessing is something that you abide in. It's something that God bestows upon you. Every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of lights, with whom there is no variation or shadow due to change. Your future, your blessing in 2008 is not based upon luck, but the blessing of God, perseverance, and hard work.